Yes, of course. Thank you. And I'm very happy to be here. So I had been working at the intersection between the environment and gender equality issues for more than a decade when I wrote the book. And I was really, I was always puzzled about why is it that today in Europe, in our world that is in many ways very sophisticated, we still have these issues of gender equality, and we also have a massive blind spot when it comes to valuing nature and our relationship with nature. So I wrote the book because I wanted to use storytelling. It's the story of a woman who goes into the Amazon rainforest. She goes to look for her mother, but actually what she realizes is that what she's looking for is the sacred feminine, and she's looking for her broken relationship with nature, with the Mother Earth.
Now, before the sessions and debates at the World Economic Forum begin tomorrow, our Martina Fu sat down with Olivier Schwab, the forum's executive director for China.
We used the annual meeting in Davos as an opportunity for leaders to get together and try to make sense of, try to understand the technological, societal, economic, and political changes which are occurring in our world today. And concretely, this means that we would like leaders to come away from Davos with a mindset which is more of a strategic, long-term focused, driven mindset, contrary to the present one, which is very much one of a crisis-driven firefighting mindset, and which has been prevalent since the 2008 crisis. We have over 250 sessions in the public program over the course of 4 days. In addition to that, we have over 200 sessions which are sort of private, informal discussions, so over 450 sessions in total. We have a health summit. Health summit is a collection of sessions where we will tackle specific issues around the architecture of health systems, around medical research, and around the impact of health issues on the economy and on society. The second one is breaking the impasse. This is an ongoing effort which the Forum is driving with government and business leaders in supporting the Israeli and Palestinian peace process, and we'll have some discussions in Davos. We certainly think that, given its scale, China has the opportunity to play a leadership role in both of these topics.
The rate of globalization of Chinese companies is unprecedented. Never in history have we seen so many companies go so global so quickly. Now, that's a great opportunity for them and for the international community, but it can often lead to misunderstandings and tension.
So the World Economic Forum has been building relationships in China for 30 years. It's not anymore about Western companies interacting with their Chinese peers, but it's about Chinese companies going abroad and interacting with their peers from all over the world. And we thought it was critical to capture that trend. So we will use the findings of the report at our regional summits, as well as at our annual meeting of new champions in Tianjin. We'll basically provide a platform to pursue the discussion amongst Chinese companies, as well as between Chinese companies and some of their international peers.
As Chinese companies adopt these best practices as standard practices, that will be good for them and their reputation. It will be good for China, and it will also be good for the world.
This crisis has shown us that, first of all, things can shift very rapidly when we put our minds to it and when we feel the immediate emergency to our livelihoods. And second, that clearly the system, I mean, you mentioned it earlier, that we had before is not sustainable. So I see it as a tremendous opportunity to really to have this great reset and to use this huge flows, of money, to use the increased levers that policymakers have today in a way that was not possible before, to create a change that is not incremental, but that we can look back and we can say this is the moment where we really started to position nature at the core of the economy. Regenerative agriculture is, of course, a huge part of that as well. But I think it will take a lot of will, both political will, but also in terms of the business actors to break with business as usual, but in a very serious way. And to say we need to make very difficult choices. There are trade-offs, but this is our chance. And this is about risk and it's about resilience, because the shocks are going to be even worse if we don't do it now.
There are some people who claim we are now in a deglobalizing world. But actually, I would say we have to re-globalize this world. We have to make sure that we strengthen cooperation because, as it was mentioned, we are faced with issues which are of existential importance for humankind. We, through joint efforts, we could really make this world a better place by using the capabilities we have.